I am so excited to report at the beginning of this hour, we just hit our goal of 88 people. Thank you so much. I couldn't be more happy. Now, this doesn't mean that we want you to stop contributing. We want you to stop donating toward Japan House. Anybody out there, if you're feeling the urge or you feel like this is a worthwhile cause, we'd love for you to go to our giving portal today. I'd like to read off some recent names that we had some vendors that put us, or some donors that put us over the top. I will start with Suzoyo Rust, Raiko Takahashi, Ronnie Media, Natalie Akins, Joyce and Robert Procyse, John Ludwig, Sherry Centinello from Tangerine Mountain. Thank you, Sherry. And then Chi-Chi Yang and Yan Luo. Those are two volunteers that are working here today. And they saw the need and they wanted to push us over that 88 mark, and they did. And we are so excited. So right now we're up to just a little bit over 16,000. How about we set a new goal and let's make $20,000 for Japan House. So we have a few more hours here. We are on the last leg. I wouldn't say that we're anywhere near done, but we definitely have some time to go. And we have some time to make up that new goal. I'd say if we hit 88, we can definitely hit more than that. The next thing that we have coming up right after you finish up with me is we are going to be going live to Triptych. Triptych Brewing down on Route 45, I think it is Neal Street out of town in Savoy. They have their tasting room there. They have been working with us for the last 3 years to produce a beer specifically for Matsuri. This year it is called Ganbaru, as you can imagine, with our t-shirts. It has this beautiful kanji on it. They are selling it out at the tasting room today as well as tomorrow. So you want to make your way out there. Jennifer is going to be going live here in just a little bit. She's going to be talking with some people out there, some guests. A few people have tried the beer so far. I know we were able to try the beer earlier in the week when Michael came by and dropped some off for me so we could approve the label right before our interview. So it has a wonderful, really profile of flavors. One of the things that I'm really tasting is that vanilla bean, has some flowers, has a little bit of tea. It's really nice for an IPA. Easy to drink. I think it's going to be everybody's perfect summer, end of summer, going into fall drink. So make sure you order that today. You can go on their website and order. There's also what's called Cheers for Charity. So they are also taking donations for Japan House through their website. So we really appreciate everybody who is supporting in any way that you can. And so the last note here, so if you do decide to donate today or tomorrow, all the way through the end of tomorrow night, all those names will be put into a drawing for Monday. And we get the best job ever because we get to call all these wonderful people who've won these gifts through our vendors that have been lovingly donated. So we have gift certificates from Bodywork. We have gift certificates from Avionic. We have actual artwork from Jack Matsumoto and Sashiko from Mary DeRay. We have items from Common Ground, Prairie Fruits Farm, Right Soapery. I mean, this year the vendors poured out to us, even though we weren't having Matsuri, and they really wanted to support us through donating to us. And so we turned all this into a raffle, and we have so many. We're so excited. On Monday we're going to be able to do that, and we'll have all those names out there. And if we need to ship it to you, we'll ship it to you. Or if you're local, maybe we can work out an exchange or coming in or however that works out. It's really not important to us. The most important part is that you know that we really appreciate everything that you do for Japan House and all the support that you've shown us over the whole day. Right now we're getting ready to enter that 5 o'clock hour, and so we have just a couple more minutes here or a couple more seconds before we go over to Savoy. So thank you so much. You're going to see me a couple times before the end of the day. I'm still excited over that Michiyoshi Sato and that reflection, the year in review. So thank you so much.
Hello, everyone. It is so great to be here with you at Triptych Brewery. I have been at Michael's Catering all day long, but it's kind of great to get away, and I'm standing here with Michael Miller, who earlier I was just saying he is the man that has been really instrumental in developing the relationship with Japan House, and I couldn't be more thankful for his friendship and his kindness and generosity. And I know that Anthony spent countless hours trying to figure out what to do with Ganbaru, but he made an extraordinary beer that has so many delicious nuances. I strongly encourage all of you to come out here to Triptych or to order from Michael's Catering to get this Ganbaru beer because it is really, really lovely. Somebody earlier today was saying at Michael's Catering, it kind of tastes like it's too easy to drink because it's so delightful. It's a perfect summer beer. But we couldn't be more thankful for the two of them to support Japan House, and not only support Japan House. I really want to talk about Triptych Brewery as a entity in our community that supports our community. They believe in our community, and so not only have they been successful themselves with incredible products and servicing this community, but just looking in this space and look at how many people are here enjoying their product is extraordinary to me, and they contribute so much generously to our community, and I couldn't be happier to be one of their friends and to be supported by Triptych. But I'd like Michael to kind of talk about a little bit more about this renovated space. I haven't been in here since it's been renovated, so I'd like him to kind of talk about that.
Yeah, welcome. Thank you for those kind words. We value our friendship and everything that you guys do in the community. You guys bring such an amazing part, bringing the Japanese culture and the food, and we're happy to be part of it with the drinks for the last 3 years now. And yeah, so welcome to the newly renovated tap room at Triptych. During this weird COVID era, we have been, so far we've been delivering beer to people's houses using online curbside pickups. We've had our patio outdoors where people have been able to drink. And during the last 2 months, we've been renovating our tap room. We've completely flipped the bar, upgraded it a little bit. We've expanded our seating area. Unfortunately, due to COVID, the capacity is a little bit less than it was previously, but everything is socially distanced. You can come in, groups up to 6 people inside, groups up to 10 people outside to enjoy the fabulous beer here. We have a dozen beer on now, but we just released Ganbaru. It's incredible. Anthony Benjamin, our head brewer, has done a fantastic job with the different ingredients. It's a milkshake style IPA, meaning it contains lactose, a nice creamy texture to it, vanilla beans, Japanese sencha tea leaves, rose petals, and white paklum flowers, as well as some hops too. So it's a very interesting beer, unlike anything you'll find out there right now. And now I'm just staring at this lovely bento box that Michael's Catering has done. We've been lucky to partner up with them again. They've been selling our beer as part of their bento package. And also want to give props to our distributor, Wolf Distributing, who came here on, we canned the beer on Tuesday. They came on Wednesday and picked up a pallet of beer and then took it to Peoria. And then on Friday, delivered it to Michael's Catering, 50 cases of Ganbaru beer that they loaded up on their truck and sent to Michael's Catering. So want to give props to everybody that helped out to make this happen. And hopefully all of you are enjoying the bento box and the Ganbaru beer too. So, yeah.
Yes, thank you so much, Michael. Really, really, truly. We thank you. Japan House thanks you. I thank you. But it's just been an extraordinary ride to be a part of the Triptych family and doing these collaborations together, and I couldn't be more grateful. So thank you so much.
We love doing this for the community, and hopefully next year we'll be able to have a drink out at Japan House again.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. So I do want to talk a little bit about this bento. I've been at Michael's Catering all day. Michael's Catering has had such a long relationship with Japan House. We have been friends with them since the inception of the current Japan House, and so that's over 20 years. And we collaborated to come up with this really delicious bento meal that we sold over 280 some bento meals today. The yakitori is an absolute to die for little snack food that they developed in our first Matsuri. We had some edamame for something a little bit healthy, something a little bit so-called local soybeans, so to speak. The inari zushi might be a surprise to some folks, but but it is a tofu pocket that has been deep fried and then marinated in mirin, soy sauce, sake, sugar, and then stuffed with sushi rice. It's quite delicious. So when people kind of poo-poo tofu, I'm always like, try an inari sushi. I think you'll love it. And then this unusual little dish here is yakisoba, which they have at the festival, and they've always made for our festival. But it's in a roll that was made by a new and upcoming bakery in town, which is called Susan's Bakery. Susan's Bakery will be opening up in downtown Champaign, but they lovingly made all of these rolls and donated it to Japan House. But this is actually called yakisoba pan. So when you hear the word pan, and it's spelled P-A-N, it doesn't mean pan, but pan means bread. And so it really is kind of a carb lover's delight, but it's yakisoba noodles inside of bread. It has some Kewpie mayonnaise on it, which is delicious Japanese mayonnaise, and some aonori, which is a very flavorful green nori on top, or seaweed on top. It's a delicious, delicious meal, and I think there's a lot of people that can attest to saying that it was wonderful. The other thing that I wanted to bring up is this. This is a furikake that was developed by Michael's Catering. So many people will say, what is furikake? Or maybe not even know what that word is. Furikake is actually a rice seasoning. So many Japanese people, when they eat white rice at home, they will actually sprinkle this on top for a little extra flavoring. This particular seasoning, we're encouraging you to buy from Michael's Catering. It's developed by Stephen and Whitney, and it is really delicious. And I'm going to encourage you to sprinkle it on your salad, sprinkle it on meats and fish, not just rice, but it's really delicious. Today we had some leftover rice after making the inari sushi, so I made this into rice balls. I seasoned all the rice, and I made it into rice balls, and people were just going crazy over this. So I highly encourage you to purchase some, and hopefully it'll be online and available for you to do so. Also, Michael's Catering, if you don't come out to Triptych, we'll be selling these 4 packs of Ganbaru beer, and they'll continue to sell it for a couple more weeks until they sell out. But please, when you're ordering from their website, because they're doing meals Tuesday through Saturday, you can always add some Ganbaru beer. So please, please consider doing that. So I have some friends here, which I'm really, really pleased that people came out to support us and support Japan House. So I'm going to ask both Rebecca and Laura to come up here. So Rebecca and Laura are really, really dear, dear friends of mine, and also dear friends of Japan House. Rebecca is the owner of Ipatsu Hair Salon. I haven't been, as everybody can see, I have not been, and thus I'm in pigtails today too. But what she's done in order to transform that salon to make it safe and comfortable for people is extraordinary. And so I highly encourage you to go and get your hair done at Ipatsu, because she is just a fierce, fierce tiger of a woman that's just going to make it safe for everybody. And beyond that, she does a wonderful, wonderful job in terms of people's hair and their well-being too. So I highly encourage you to make an appointment with Ipatsu. And not only that, this is Laura, and Laura has been a longtime friend of Japan House too, and actually 2 years ago, she was responsible for coordinating the Obono Dori dance that we had with a series of women from the community and students. And she choreographed that for us and managed it and directed it for our Cranbrook Center for Performing Arts performance. And it was really kind of just this wonderful moment of women of all ages getting together and dancing together on stage for Japan House. And so I couldn't thank both of them more for being such good friends of Japan House, and not only that, but of my friends. And they're some of the dearest people, and they're like my go-to people when I'm like, I need to be cheered up. I come and talk to them. But I wanted them to both say a little bit of something about why they support Japan House.
Thank you, Jen. Oh, this is such a pleasure to be here. Thank you so much. I just really want to say that I absolutely respect everything that the Japan House does for the community, bringing the community together. all the different types of events that you provide for the community of Champaign-Urbana. It's just such a wonderful addition to have here. And for me to also be a part of that has been such a pleasure. I'll never forget being able to perform at the Standard Center for the 20th anniversary. It was just such an honor for me to do that and to learn the intricate details of the dance and to dance with all those women on stage. It'll be something I'll never, ever forget. So yeah, I mean, I'm a long-time supporter of the Japan House, and again, because of all this, the amazing events and the things that you provide for the community here, it's just really beautiful. So thank you very much.
Can you just ask Rebecca just a little bit for Rebecca to say something? Just a little bit. Super nervous.
But yeah, thank you, Jennifer. It's for the Japan House. This is awesome. All right, it's amazing what you bring to the community and what the community can learn from the Japan House, from the gardens, the tea ceremonies, the more I learn about the intentions behind the Japanese culture, it brightens it brings my eyes like to a whole bigger world, like to even the way I do hair and what I bring into the salon. And I support it to learn and to see more diversity in our community, and it brings honestly like a peace to the community, and I just love it. So that's why I support it.
Thank you both so much. Thank you. I'm gonna ask Nan, my good friend Nan, to come up here now too. So this is Nan Goggin. Nan Goggin was actually originally a professor of mine and then later became my big boss. And now she has been always supportive of Japan House, and I couldn't be more thankful. She was there with me at Michael's Catering starting at 6 a.m. and doing everything from washing rice to roasting sesame seeds to you name it. And she is one of the partners at Suzu's Bakery, and actually her son is one of the major partners that is the baker for Suzu's Bakery. So they both made 300 plus rolls over the week, and they have been instrumental in supporting Japan House in so many different ways. But I couldn't be more thankful for her long time friendship and constant support. It's not just today though, it's every Matsuri that I've ever had, almost every event that I've ever had at Japan House. If there's somebody that I can count on, it would be Nan to be there to help and do everything and anything. She's one of those people that has become very Japanese. She comes into Japan House, I don't need to tell her what to do. She can kind of look and go, okay, this needs to be done, I've gotten taken care of. And so that's been so wonderful, and I can't thank her enough. So I'd like her to say a few words of why she supports Japan House. Oh, before I switch to her, I do want to say that her daughter is Max. So Max was the designer of not this t-shirt, but the cuter t-shirt with the 6 animals on it. And Max also was the designer of Goen. So not this beer, sorry. Goen, which was last year's beer, and it was a wonderful design. And the year before, also for our 20th, she did 2 designs for us with the Triptych beers also. So Max has been a huge supporter of Japan House and sharing her artistic ways, which she, I believe, got from her mother's genes. But maybe Nan can say a few words as to why she supports Japan House.
So Japan House is a rarity, especially in the Midwest. Anything so amazing as having, actually, when I would go as the director of School of Art and Design and as a dean at Harrington University at IUPUI, I would tell people about the Japan House, this amazing place in the middle of the Midwest that did all these things. My son started taking tea when he was 14. It's just an amazing resource that we have, and I think people just need to know more about it. So it was easy. I mean, and then knowing her mother, knowing her, it's such an asset to the whole place. And I don't think people really understand that Jennifer started Matsuri to introduce all the young people into Japanese arts and understanding. And people also understand that they do not make money on this. They actually do this for the community. And I think you just talked to Rebecca and other people in the community. They do so many things for Champaign-Urbana that have just to bring people together. So yes, the Japan House has been an amazing, and anytime people come for any of the events that are there, they leave changed. It's just lovely. It's easy.
Thank you, Nan. Thank you. Here are my good friend John Salvani.
Oh, you caught me while I was shopping for a delicious beverage of choice here for today. It seems like so.
Good. Thank you. This is John Salvani, and he is the assistant dean. Thank you.
Yes.
I'm
For
losing
advancement.
it. For
No,
advancement of the college.
it's been a big day.
Long day.
It's been a big day
College
for
of Fine
you.
and Applied Arts, and he was actually the person that approached us in the beginning to say, "Would you like to try out this day of giving?" And that was kind of this moment of, do we want to try this? Does this make sense? And then that kind of spurred us on to develop this entire day. And so he has been such a great friend. We met when you were still in Chicago.
Yeah.
And then now we are so blessed at the College of Fine and Applied Arts to have him at the helm of our advancement there. And he's been super supportive of Japan House, and I cannot thank him enough for his continued support of Japan House.
Thank you. It's very easy to support an organization and a group like yours, and congratulations on today. Right, this has been a huge moment for Japan House and for everybody. When we don't have the opportunity to have Matsuri, to be able to have a day like this, right, for Ganbaru, and to make it all as special. It's huge, and I can't share with you how appreciative I am to all of our donors who have helped us out here today. Thank you. We actually surpassed our goal, Michael. We're at 90 now, 90 donors and over $16,000. And I agree with Michael. If we could get to that $20,000 mark, that'd be awesome. So, but congratulations to you and all of your staff. This has been a wonderful day. I know there's still a few more hours left, and it's going to be a lot of fun. But congratulations on that. This has all been wonderful. Congratulations. So, very well said.
So there's a slew of people that I need to thank, and I have my notes in front of me, and so I apologize if I'm looking down and such, but during this really difficult time of the pandemic and businesses just really trying to find new ways to share what they want to provide our community, and trying to juggle everything that's happening, we had such an outpouring of support from our community and local businesses and artists who said, we still want to support Japan House. We still believe in you, and whatever we can do to support you, we're going to do. And that was, in some ways, not unexpected, but it really stills my heart. It really made me kind of take a moment and kind of step back and think, wow, during this most difficult time, that's what Ganbaru is all about. Ganbaru is we can do it together. We can't do it alone. We can't do it in a bubble. We have to be able to support and lean on one another. And I think that's what makes this community so incredible, is that everybody is willing to step up and help one another. And that's why Champaign-Urbana is one of the best communities to live in. And I should say Savoy, because we're in Savoy right now too. So I should mention Savoy too. But there are so many people that I need to thank, but I'm gonna just kind of go off on my list. Flying Machine Avionics, who's been a part of all of the Matsuri since the beginning. Broadway Food Hall, Prairie Fruits Farm, who has been with us since the beginning also. Twisted Twig, oh my gosh, Dale. My dear sweet friend Dale, who donated bonsai plants. He was supposed to be our speaker for open house in the spring. And literally then the pandemic hit and we had to cancel everything. But he donated so many beautiful trees that we will be giving away, hopefully on Monday or Tuesday. And we hope that those people that are the recipients of these bonsai trees will nurture them and love them as much as he loves them. Max, I mentioned Max, but Max also not only designed these wonderful t-shirts for us, but she also donated some of her beautiful enamel pins and stickers. Mark Hirschberger, who's a super fan of Triptych. He's a student here at the University of Illinois, but has not come back to campus. But I promised that I would save him a 4-pack of Ganbaru beer, or at least take it to him somehow. But he donated a beautiful origami cicada, and he was featured on Japan House Shares not too long ago. We have a very good friend, Mary DeRay, who is a sashiko quilter, and you probably saw it earlier, a little story on her. But she is a wonderful supporter of Japan House and has donated beautiful pieces for us. Common Ground, they're a newly added friend to Japan House. They came to our Matsuri last year, but generously donated for our Ganbaru Day. We have Latte, who also was a newcomer last year, but was very generous in supporting us for Ganbaru. The incomparable Doug Nelson of Bodyworks Associates and Associates. He has been a long time friend of Japan House and personally of me and my family, and I could not thank him more. He has an extraordinary business, and if you need help in terms of you have aches and pains and you just need some love and attention in terms of really kind of situating your body properly, go to Bodywork. Tangerine Mountain, we've done many little pieces with her today, but Sherry and Terry are the sisters that own Tangerine Mountain. Fantastic supporters of Japan House, and I couldn't thank their cheery spirit, and I just love the two of them so much and can't wait to be doing some more things with them in the future. Siam Terrace, also another newcomer to our Matsuri last year, but generously wanted to do whatever they could to support us for Ganbaru. Green Onion, it is our go-to grocery store, Asian grocery store in this town. They have been incredible supporters of Japan House for the last couple of years, and anytime we need special goods, they're always the people that we go to. Jack Matsumoto is an artist in Chicago who came to our Matsuri and donated two beautiful pieces. And I feel like those are our prized pieces that we'll be giving away on Monday or Tuesday. Pipapo and Norden, they've been with us since the very beginning. Johan and Anna are very good friends of Japan House, and we couldn't thank them more to be continually supporting Japan House in our efforts. Right Sokori, Jackie was actually right here having a beer with her Ganbaru t-shirt, but she's since left. But what a dear, sweet individual who makes beautiful, all-natural handmade soaps. Suzu's Bakery, as I mentioned, Nan Goggin, Alex Santoski, and our very special chef from Japan who will be arriving I believe in a week. So we will hopefully get this going, and they'll get this going and get it off the ground even during this situation, and do some curbside pickup and some delivery with some really wonderful Japanese baked goods. And then Nick Offerman, longtime supporter of Japan House from the original Japan House all the way through the current Japan House, did a little shout out to us earlier and then donated one of his beautiful pieces from his wood shop. He said that he would make sure to carve their initials in, whomever wins. But I couldn't thank Nick enough for being kind of this wonderful human being that a lot of people are like, how in the world are you connected with Nick Offerman? But he feels that he has learned so much from Japan House due to Shozo Sato back in the 90s when he was his student at Japan House, and so I couldn't be more grateful. The list goes on and on, but I think I'm almost running out of time. I want to make special thanks to the Republic of Tea. The Republic of Tea is a major sponsor of Japan House, not just for this event, but all year around. Todd Rubin, who's the head of the Republic of Tea, wonderful human being. His father was originally the head, and now he's passed it on to his son, who is really growing the business and making the Republic of Tea, I think, the legacy that his father always wanted it to be. So I feel very happy to be partners with the Republic of Tea, and I should make a little shout out to the Illinois Art Council for their continued support of Japan House's efforts. I also need to thank Professor Shozo Sato, Professor Kumiko Gunji, It is due to them that I stand here today. It is their legacy that I'm trying to uphold. It's really not about me. It's about Japan House, and it is about what they tried to do in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. I'm merely trying to keep the boat afloat, so to speak, because they established Japan House as a cultural center for our community and beyond. And I hope that I can humbly continue their efforts as we go along into the future. We have so many other people that I need to thank, but I should thank the Consul General of Japan in Chicago, Okada-san. He gave he spoke to us on video and shared his thoughts, and his kind words of support meant the world to us. And beyond that, we have obviously so many others. Kosho Fukushima, Bishop Kosho Fukushima, who did the blessing in the morning at 9 a.m., and then the violin playing by Reverend Ohara, and the videography was done by Mika Hayashi, who is a good friend of mine, and one of the first ambassadors from Yanai to come to the University of Illinois campus through Champaign Rotary. I have to thank my Dean Kevin Hamilton, who is endlessly supportive of Japan House, and that just makes my job so much easier with his support and guidance and encouragement. I have to thank Brenda Nardi, who is Director for Advancement, who is directly what I want to call my partner in crime sometimes, but Brenda is just an incredible human being that does so much for Japan House, and really her heart and her spirit is why I continue to thrive. DJ Van Pagel, somebody that I just met this year, but oh my gosh, we were trying to get him, as Michael said, to come in springtime to do a spring DJ show and then come to Matsuri, and none of that happened, but all day long we've been hearing his mixes, and it's been really wonderful. If you ever get a chance, when things get back to normal, to go up to the Murasaki Sake Lounge in Chicago on Ontario. It's a great little spot with wonderful Japanese snacks and fabulous sake with DJ Van Patten playing. It's a night to remember. Poets Taiko, oh my gosh, Jason Matsumoto and his crew of people. Thank you from the start of Matsuri. He and his crew have always supported Japan House. Michiyoshi Sato and the Kotobuki Band. Michiyoshi Sato is such a sweetheart, and he's like, please, next year let's let Matsuri be with us and the Kotobuki Band. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that we raise enough money today to bring all of these people from Japan. Also, the artist Seiran Chiba, who executed this gambaru. She actually executed several gambarus, and this one had such strength and such energy that we have put it on our shirts, we have put it on the beer can, and it's just been fantastic to work with her from the inception of Matsuri. Duo Yumeno, who you just heard right before, I believe in the last hour, and then earlier today, a duo from New York who has actually been to Japan House but not from Matsuri. So fingers crossed, Matsuri 2021. We would like to invite them and have them play for us live at Matsuri. And then later on, we'll have some other surprise guests at the end of today's Ganbaru. But I have to say thank you to Urasenke Tankokai, Jeff Wallace, Chu, Daria, Jeffrey, and Dr. Kazumasa Shimada from Japan, who you'll see his tea ceremony a little bit later today. My dear friends, Michael Barna and David Munginus, who are living in Yokohama right now, I kind of twisted their arm and said, please share what you're seeing. Don't just share it on Facebook, but share it through Japan House so a wider audience can experience all the wonderful things that they're experiencing while living in Yokohama. I have to thank, of course, Sherry and Terry of Tangerine Mountain for all that they do for Japan House, and the many students and friends who shared their sentiments to us today, throughout the day. And I have to do a special thanks to Ronnie, who was our student ambassador and reached out to many of my students from Art D209, and they shared their thoughts because of his efforts. Thank you, Ronnie. And then I need to thank all of you. I think I said this earlier in my intro. We do this because of you. I do this because I believe in sharing Japanese arts and culture, but giving everyone a chance to experience another culture makes us scrutinize ourselves just a little bit more. Think about ourselves, think about how we live in this world, and think about how we should treat others. We're not all from the same area, we're not all from the same place, but we can live together and we can support one another if we have an understanding of diverse cultures. And with that understanding, if we can share our culture and it piques your interest through beer, through food, through tea ceremony, through dance, through whatever it might be, that's what I'm interested in doing, because maybe it'll pique your interest enough to go, wow, that's fascinating, and I'm more interested in that person, and I want to learn more about those people or that culture so that it enriches me as a human being. And that's what we hope that Japan House is doing for all of you. I cannot thank all of you enough for sticking with us for this long day so far, and I hope that you continue to participate. At the end of the day, we're going to have the 5, 6, 7, 8s do a little performance from their kitchen, which is really, really delightful. So please stick around for that. And then if you have the ability and can support us, please go to our support page. And we couldn't thank you more for all of your love and your friendship. I ask that everybody please, please, please keep safe and keep healthy and keep strong and keep positive. I am very, very appreciative and grateful for all of you. So thank you. And I see that Michael Miller is still standing there, and I just want to wave to him and tell him thank you again. Thank you thank you. Thank you from Triptych, live at Triptych, and I think that we are going to bounce back over there to Japan House.
Good morning, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm very happy to present our fourth presenter of Ganbaru Tea, Jeffrey Elem, who is a student of music composition at the University of Illinois. He was a Japan House intern in 2017, and his hard work impressed the Japan House staff that he still continued to work for Japan House as a super intern. He started studying tea with us in the fall of 2018, and he has been a fast-learning and serious tea student of our group. Today, he will be doing tea on the deck of Japan House using a special table with summer implement. The great tea master Sen Rikyu once said, on hot summer days, present a cool atmosphere while making a bowl of tea. I hope you will observe carefully what kind of tea utensils he has chosen to present a cool atmosphere. And also, I hope you can all feel cool and refreshed after viewing his tea ceremony. He will serve his first tea to all of you and send his gambaru wishes. Then he'll make another bowl for one of his friends, Diana, who is like a big sister to him. At the end of his presentation, he will share his thought about tea and gambaru message to you all.
I will now serve you light tea. お菓子をどうぞ。
Thank you for the tea, Jeffrey.
おしまいにいたします。Thank you for joining me at tea today. I hope you enjoyed the tea ceremony and the wonderful tea implements. I've started studying tea as a way to improve the human experience by serving a guest and also, by doing so, serving myself. By serving a bowl of tea, it's almost as if the founder of our school, Sanriku, hands down a tea to each of his disciples, and we hand it to our guest. In my daily life, especially during this quarantine, I've tried to implement this tea mind and tea lifestyle in everything I do, especially in my music. I'm trying to find a way to express things in my music that will give everyone some peace of mind as well as some tranquility. Once again, thank you.